Welcome back. This is the pick.
Welcome back to the show, you guys.
And this is going to be a recap of Auburn against the Quackers, Oregon. So we both have Oregon winning this game, and really frustrated they lost this game. They did lose this game 27-21. Last second, amazing play by Bo Nixon, the receiver. I don't remember his name top of my head. 7 seconds left. A touchdown. Really ballsy call by Malzahn. That was a gutsy call to just throw the ball, freshman quarterback, to put that much trust into your quarterback to make that play. So I was really impressed by that. That's really the question of the game. Is Bo Nix going to be a superstar, or is this kind of just a one amazing performance?
Yeah.
And the kind of the crazy thing is, he didn't even really play very well most of the game. They kind of shut him down for the most part.
But he only had 177 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. So.
He struggled at times. He threw some stupid interceptions in the red zone area. So this game would have been a little more lopsided, honestly.
Yeah.
Oregon played really well in the first half. They would have caught a touchdown. This game might have been different.
Yeah, they dropped a
So they dropped a touchdown, and it was
that really hurt.
10, they're up by 10 instead of 14.
Yeah, that really hurt.
So that did really hurt. Pretty much after that, the other score they had, they really didn't do anything on offense. Defense for Oregon played really well, though. I was really impressed by how fast they looked. Number 5, freshman, Thibodeau, was the number 1 player in the country last year, and he played really well. I was really impressed by him. Just the overall Oregon defense. But that offense, man, they looked really good the first half, but they got shut down in that second half. And I was really disappointed by how Oregon really played all over the place, really, because they looked really promising. It looked like they're actually going to take this and blow them out, but Auburn really clamped those locks on Oregon. Everyone, the receivers couldn't get open.
Yeah.
The running backs were kind of tiny and didn't really do much. And Herbert, man, he didn't play as well in the second half. That first half, man, he was looking like the Heisman front runner. And
he was.
Second half, he didn't play well. He threw a stupid ball that should have been at least catchable for the Hail Mary opportunity. He just threw it 15 yards out of bounds. So what the hell he was doing there? For Auburn, Bo Nix, which is the question, is he going to be a superstar? Of course, it's too early to tell. It's one game. But, I mean, this adds to the legend of him, honestly. Like, he grew up an Auburn fan. He was at the national championship when Auburn played Oregon in 2011. So,
impressive.
Yeah, he was in the photo when one of the Auburn players jumped in the crowd, which is kind of crazy. So, crazy how things work. This really big one for Gus Malzahn. He was really struggling kind of on a hot seat, and I kind of tempered the hot seat a little bit for him. For the Big 12, Pac-12, I mean not Big 12, Pac-12, this really knocks them out of the playoffs, in my opinion. They really needed this win, and I thought the Oregon's really the only team that could go to the playoffs, and that kind of knocked them out, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's probably not going to have another Pac-12 team this season, unfortunately, but who knows? Maybe one team will go undefeated, but I don't really see that happening.
No. Yeah, man, this was a frustrating game. Like I said, we picked Oregon to win this, so it's a very frustrating loss. But at the end of the day, it's a very, very entertaining game. Yeah, man, really the first half, definitely it was overtaken by Oregon's offense. And like Adam said, just to bounce off what he said, it looked like Oregon was just going to take off, honestly. And it didn't look like Auburn was going to be fighting back. So, yeah, man, I thought they were going to actually take over this game. Of course, I figured Auburn would eventually get going, but not to this degree. So, yeah, it was kind of a shock. I wouldn't say a shock, but it was a little bit of I would say a setback, because I was impressed by Auburn, I would say. Positives for Auburn, I would have to say, is that running game. That running game was impressive.
He had 114 yards.
That man was
10 yards.
Yeah, at times he was just eating that Oregon defensive line apart. So definitely they got a running game. I think they should run it more. I think they should have run it more in this game. I think they would have actually ended up having a lot closer game if they would have ran a lot more in the first half. Yeah. But I think they were also wanting to test how well Nix was. So they were kind of testing him early, see if he can, pass the ball, which is, at first half, he was just throwing the ball wild, like almost like Eli Manning style. throwing the ball. I was like, what are you doing? But he ended up, second half, they ended up getting their bearings and figuring out. I wouldn't say they were great on offense and even in the second half, but they were figuring out plays to make, and players were making solid plays to get them to these touchdowns. And, man, I just don't know what happened to that second half one with Oregon, offensive-wise. I don't get it. Herbert was looking fantastic to begin with, and then, like Adam said, second half, it was like he was a whole other quarterback.
Yeah.
It made kind of no sense. But, man, that Oregon defense, as far as their defense, they just stunk it up. They couldn't do anything. They did okay in the first half. Like I said, intercepting passes, but I think that was kind of more of Nick's being a goofball and throwing weird passes. So I wouldn't really credit that defense for that necessarily because they weren't playing, honestly, through the whole game, they weren't playing that great. But, yeah, offensive-wise, like I said, it really had a solid first half. They couldn't figure it out in the second half. I would have to give credit to that Auburn secondary. They were stepping up, knocking balls away, and getting stops, which is I honestly figured it would be that defensive line being more effective. But honestly, in the second half, secondary stepped up for Auburn, so that was really impressive. And but yeah, at the end of the game, man, Auburn ended up taking down the field and driving on them, and that was impressive. I would say that Nix didn't really prove anything necessarily, but that drive, if he can turn that drive into a whole game, then yeah, they got themselves a quarterback. But if he's just going to be this guy that every now and then gets you those drives, then I don't know. I don't think necessarily he could be that guy if he's going to do that. But if he can turn that one drive into a whole game, then Auburn, you guys got yourselves a quarterback. But until then, he's going to have to step up and play a little bit better than that. 2 interceptions and only 177 yards. That's not going to win a game. So you can't just completely rely on your running back. So, yeah, man. But in the day, great game. Very entertaining. And great win for Auburn.
Yeah, I actually thought Oregon defense played really well until pretty much in the game, which Auburn just kept on beating on Oregon's defense, tiring them out, running the ball a lot in the second half. And Oregon's offense wasn't doing anything, so Oregon was on the field a lot. Defense was on the field a lot. So.
Yeah.
Bo Nix, this was his first start, and he didn't blink, man. He got that touchdown, and he's a true freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, you gotta give him credit.
This big scenario, big moment, and he really played well. So I do think Auburn has itself a quarterback if he can build on this performance, because that's what you need your quarterback to do is not play absolutely terrible, and then when you really need him, make those plays. And he did that this game, so he's even better than I figured he's going to be this first game of his career.
Yeah.
Still think Spencer's going to be better than him, honestly. Spencer Rattler for Oklahoma, but I was really impressed by Bo Nix, man. I think he's going to be a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah, I think so. If he can limit those turnovers and not...
It's freshman mistakes.
Yeah, I understand that. But if he can limit those, then yes, he could be a solid quarterback. Yeah. But if you continue those mistakes...
Of course.
Then, yeah.
It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I got to say. My player of the game on offense was Bo Nix. He made a play that won the game. Defense was Brown. He didn't have a ton of tackles, but they needed to double team him, focus on him a ton. So with defensive linemen, especially interior defensive linemen, when you're making impacts, even if you're not tackling, you're still making an impact.
Yeah. My offensive player of the game for Auburn is a running back, Whitlow. Whitlow, I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, Whitlow.
Whitlow, he just, like I said, he honestly pushed this team to the victory, or helped push this team to the victory. Because if they didn't run the ball like that and they were relying on Nix just passing the ball, I don't think it would have gone the way it was. So that running game was definitely established. So I'll give him the offensive player. Defensive player, I would probably have to give it to one of the linebackers. And, of course, they don't have that on here. But I'll give it to one of the linebackers. They were just impressive on that defensive line. So, or that linebackers core. So, yeah, man, impressive win, though. If they, like I said, if they can improve in the quarterback section, then I think Auburn could be pretty good.
All right, that's all I got to say.
That'll do it for me. Please comment and like and subscribe. Of course, we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. See you on the next one.